because it hurts people that don't deserve it.
California, we've seen a lot of different groups here, including the far-right Proud Boys, including the militant groups like the 3 Percenters and the Oath Keepers are here as well. There are members of all sorts of different groups and some mainstream Republicans who are expected to speak here, including members of Congress. I'm going to see if a couple of these folks will talk to me. Let's go through the crowd a bit here and just give you a scene setter here. And there's folks all the way that way, this way, and all the way down Pennsylvania Avenue. This young lady is on the phone. Can we ask you a couple of questions about your sign? Okay. Tell me what your sign says.
Stop the steal.
And what does that mean?
It means that we want all of the votes audited and recounted in all of these swing states that stopped counting at midnight and mysteriously and miraculously came up with thousands of new votes for Biden the next day, and some of them are still counting, and we're saying we want an honest and fair election.
Do you want same places that Donald Trump won to also continue to count the vote?
Sure.
All of it.
If they're not done, yes.
So the states have said they continued counting to when they were supposed to. Their laws are in place to stop counting at a certain point, but anybody that got their votes in before November 3rd or on November 3rd are counted according to all of the different states. Do you think that all of the states that Donald Trump won were actually legitimate?
Absolutely.
And all of the states that Biden won, do you think those were legitimate as well?
I don't think all of them that he won were illegitimate. I think the one.
Yeah, come on. You got it. You're not walking into the trap. You're sprinting into it. You're literally like head first diving into the trap. Like, that's not even a trap. It's literally just like, so you think all the votes that were cast for Donald Trump are legitimate, but you think all of the votes that were cast for Joe Biden might not be. Like, yeah, my voice is crackling today, like that MAGA thumb dude from my latest YouTube video where I took a look at some of the homies. The latest YouTube video that I posted on my YouTube is really good. The thumb guy.
The ones that stopped counting mysteriously at midnight, where Trump had a very significant lead, and there was water pipes burst in Atlanta.
Nope.
Yeah, but the water pipes burst in Atlanta actually did not favor Joseph Robinette. It hurt him, because if it was adjusted, one of the most populous areas, if they were able to count the votes correctly at the time, then Georgia wouldn't look so different, and then all of a sudden would have caught up and actually gave Joe Biden a victory. What do you mean she didn't say that? Also, again, these people are forgetting. I mean, it's just they're obviously unaware of the fact that mail-in ballots deliberately were going to be counted in certain key states later, so that this kind of confusion could be created. Now, of course, why would they know that? It's not entirely their fault. If your only media consumption comes from Fox News, if your media consumption is exclusive to Fox News and you don't have the Hasanabi Twitch broadcast open on the other tab on election night, you're not going to be aware of these sorts of things, and you're going to be freaking the fuck out. Joe Biden, a fash. Stop being embarrassing, you liberals. I mean, I don't even disagree with Joe Biden being a gigantic piece of shit. I don't know if he's a fascist, but like, it's pretty bad.
Nobody stopped counting mysteriously at midnight, just so you know.
Well, yes,
I mean, they went by the law.
We follow it.
Yeah,
we've followed elections for years.
Let me ask you something else.
By the law. The media may say by the law. That's not what our Constitution says. And
it's what the state's constitutions say, though. There are state laws that are in place, right?
The legislatures are the ones that are going to step in now, because
doesn't she recognize that, like, she's expecting actual cheating? Like, that is literally undemocratic. Like, what she wants is, if you're talking about state legislatures to step in, which is not going to happen anyway. I don't even know where she heard that. But if she wants, for example, like faithless electors, for example, like that's actually cheating. Like that is undemocratic. That's authoritarian. It's the opposite of what is supposed to happen in a fair and free election in a country like the United States. It's crazy.
Courts, as we know,
So some of the legislators have stepped in and said this is a free and fair election, including one of the people that Donald Trump put in place, who is one of the federal security election officials, who has come out and said that all of his claims are baseless, that this was a free and fair election. What do you say to that? This is
Well, that means he's been compromised by the demon rats, of course.
someone Donald Trump actually appointed to a position to be looking over for the security of the
I
election.
think that the people are not fooled. We've been to the rallies. We've watched the numbers. We've watched the media who continues to lie to us and hide information. We don't get our information from you all anymore. We get our information directly from the people online, from their accounts. We're able to follow our representatives, follow our senators, follow the people that tell the truth and report honestly.
Some of the senators that are Republican are saying, okay,
Sure,
you know.
some of them are, because some of them are part of the swamp, and that's why they need to be cleaned out.
You don't believe anyone that says that this is a free and fair election. You think
Absolutely
was
not.
2016 a free and fair election?
Not. There was probably fraud then too. This swamp has gotten.
Think that
so
Donald
deep.
Trump
I
won
think that this
legitimately?
I think that the swamp is so deep that there's probably been fraud and cheating that have gone on for decades now.
I mean, dude, it's like it's a cult. It's literally a cult. There's no other way. There's no other way to analyze this aside from the framework of cult programming. Like, it's crazy. It's just insane. Like, oh no, any outcome in which my candidate loses is a fake one. Even in instances where he wins, there's probably fraud, but they failed to deliver on that one. It's pretty funny that CNN is just going full debate lord over here, by the way. She's just like, fuck this. Fuck you. Like, Karen, I'm sick of your shit. I'm gonna fucking debate you.
Why weren't you out here in 2016? Why weren't you out here in 2016 if you thought there was fraud and when Donald Trump won?
But there's been some fraud in all of the elections, and I'm not just talking about federal elections. I'm talking about state and local elections. We now have this Dominion software that we have found a whole lot about, with it mysteriously has glitches, and they all go for Biden. People are watching.
Wait, anytime Hasan is getting ready
I mean, sending troops to the border, which he says he's going to do, it sounds tough, but it isn't doing anything. That the military, they're all just, handing out here's how you sign up for welfare. They're not stopping them there. That's why we want a wall.
So, Hasan, is building a wall the solution?
No, absolutely not. Also, look at this. Look at the hand move I did. I didn't even notice I was doing
So,
that.
Hasan, is building a wall the solution?
It isn't doing anything. That the military, they're all just, handing out
I'm about to fuck you up, Ann. Oh, that's so funny. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, there's some Dave Rubicope, dude. Oh, that's so good.
I'm sorry, that's not true, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. So you hear what the sentiment of people are. She doesn't believe that the election was fair and free. There's a lot of people who are here that feel the same way. But by all accounts, even Trump's own appointed election security official has said that all of these claims are baseless, that this was a free and fair election. And the Biden team is preparing to take over the office in January.
I love this shit, dude. Inject it directly into my fucking veins, baby. It's so